Here, keep the change. If you've ever heard that, or if you've ever said that, you've probably been in the food industry. Well, I work in the food industry and I used to work in the restaurant industry. When I was a waitress, keep the change meant that goes towards your tip, and that was really cool. Now I work at a coffee shop at Hy-Vee, Caribou Coffee attached to the Hy-Vee store in Springfield, and that doesn't mean keep your tips. It means put it in the tip jar and it will go to JDRF, which is Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. And it is a great company. Diabetes is a very important thing and a very important charity, but we're not sure our tips actually go there, so it's a little disappointing. So after doing a little bit of research, we found out that 1, it's illegal for your employer to keep your tips and do what they want with it. It is absolutely illegal. 2, if it's not going to JDRF, where is it going? So I did a little bit of research on this, and I conducted a few interviews with customers and employees because I wrote a paper about it last semester. So, first of all, we have an unmarked tip jar at our shop. So customers who think they are giving me tips, or my coworkers, are actually donating to JDRF unwillingly. And once they actually found out, they wanted to know why they couldn't write it off on their taxes. Because if you donate $2 a day, because we have a lot of regulars who do give us $2 a day, that's $30 a month, that's $360 a year. You know, that's a decent amount to donate. So these people are nicely giving us their tips, and we're like, I'm sorry, I can't give you any proof that we're actually donating to Hy-Vee. I'm sorry, to JDRF. Hy-Vee does what they want with it. So in an article by Aditi Morkiji, she explains that under the Department of Labor, we are not allowed to give away our tips to our employer. She found that if you are a tipped employee, which means you make $30 a month or more in your tips, then you have to get to keep them, and you get to choose what you want to do with them. Well, it's very hard to go to your boss. My boss is the manager of the whole Hy-Vee store, so he's a big guy and he's not very friendly. I will tell you that. He is not the greatest guy to go talk to all the time. But Max Michalik explains in his article, he's a journalist, and he says that if you go to your boss, he will probably find a way to fire you. Whether it's you haven't been there for 90 days, you came in late that one time, like, technically your boss can get around to fire you if you try and bring him up for, hey, give me my tips. So it's actually really scary to go talk to your employer because they'll just fire you. They don't care. You're just a little fish in their big old sea. So I actually did go talk to customers at my shop, and this is what one of my customers had to say about it. So what do you think Caribou employees should get to do about this?
I think that they should be able to keep them because they work hard and they provide excellent customer service, and so they should be able to get to keep those tips. And if they're going to donate them, it should be their choice, not the company telling them that you have to do that. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's illegal. If it's over $30 a month, they have to keep them.
So she knows what's up. She knows that it is definitely illegal. She's a very nice woman, so I chose her because obviously...
Everyone needs a BFF.
Sorry, no one needs a BFF right now.
Well, maybe.
Sorry. Sorry. So that's just one reason that customers should think that we get to keep our tips, because obviously you guys aren't my employer. I have nothing to say to you that will make me keep my tips, but if I persuade you guys to want to let my employer know or help raise awareness that, hey, they're doing something illegal and I can't keep my tips, that's what's really important, getting awareness out, because as of right now, I can't do anything. So what's wrong with donating tips? Nothing. It's a great charity. Hy-Vee donates over $1 million to them per year, but the problem with that is that would, if you do the math, which I did, that would mean you're not taking Caribou or any coffee shop, because they also have Starbucks in some of their coffee shops around the country. Hy-Vee's has 235 grocery stores, and assuming 200 of them have the coffee shops, which was the rough number for it, and I make $50 a month, like in tip wise, so that would, I have 10 employees at my store, so that's $500 per year. That's $6,000 per 200 stores. That's $1.2 million. And if Hy-Vee doesn't donate $1.2 million to JDRF, how is Caribou or the coffee shops donating through Hy-Vee to JDRF that much? They're not. So I have no proof where my tips go. Talking to accounting is a little less scary because they're not like your immediate boss, really. They can't really fire you for asking them a question. So when we talk to them at my store about where do the tips go, that's a classified information question, which means they're kind of scared to answer, which makes us nervous about where do our tips actually go. And Maria Hauser-Konzinius wrote an article that she was surprised after visiting Hy-Vee coffee shops. She went to one where Starbucks was the coffee shop, not Caribou, but she was very surprised to see that I wear a Hy-Vee shirt, but it's covered with a Caribou visor. I serve Caribou cups, and I wear a Caribou apron, which I am not allowed to take home with me, so that's at the store. But it covers my front, so you can't even see that I am a Hy-Vee employee. And so everyone is very confused when I'm like, no, I work for Hy-Vee. These tips are going to Hy-Vee's donation. And they're like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. It's illegal. But when you ask your customers to say something, sometimes they do, but you don't want to put pressure on your customers. So it's very aggravating. So you have to get the word out somehow without pressuring everybody, which is one of the most important things we try and do at the coffee shop is make friends with our customers and then nicely talk to them into helping us get our tips, because I could definitely use $50 a month. That's $50 extra I could save or buy shoes with. So any money helps, you know. I know all my coworkers would love an extra $50 in their pocket. But some customers say that they would rather donate to JDRF, which is fine. You know, if you want to donate and you actually believe it goes there, that's fine, which is why as a store we have decided that we would, if we get the chance to talk with our manager about it, we would want him to have a separate tip jar for JDRF donations or us to get our tips, because it's very aggravating when I had a customer, he was very furious. He actually did email our manager. His name is Jeff. He gets a large mocha with an extra shot every day, dark chocolate, extra bean. So everyone knows him well. He gives us $3 a day whenever he comes in. He doesn't come in every day, but it's very often. So when he found out that he's donating $3 to because he comes through the drive-thru, so he definitely doesn't get to know where we're putting that money he gives us. And it's very hard for him. He was so furious, he actually didn't even get his drink that day when he found out. He left because he was so mad, and then realized, you know, that's not Caribou's fault, it's Hy-Vee. So I went to talk to them. So that's all that we ask, is that if you know that someone's doing something illegal, you take your part and talk to the manager, because we deserve our tips. We're very hard workers. I mean, obviously, probably to all you guys do more important things, but making coffee is what I do for a living, and I train people, I do managerial stuff, and I don't even get paid for that part. So keeping tips is actually very important to me, and so that's why I think Caribou people should get their tips.